So Donald Trump went to Singapore to negotiate with North Korea's Kim Jong-Un. Kim made the same vague promises that prior North Korean leaders had made and not held up their end of the bargain with regard to the agreements that are reached. Donald Trump called it a victory, bragged about the nuclear threat is over, bragged about this massive deal that he made, and then, of course, nothing happened, and nobody heard from North Korea for 10 or 14 days. None of the remains of American soldiers were returned, which was maybe the one notable element of the agreement that had been made. But we were told that any second the progress will happen because Trump's Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, is going to go to North Korea. He's going to get it done, get some results, and start bringing home those remains of U.S. soldiers. Well, Pompeo went, and Kim Jong-un blew off the scheduled one-on-one meeting with the Trump Secretary of State and went to a rural potato farm instead to speak inspirationally to North Korean potato farmers. You couldn't possibly create a more condescending and ridiculous way to show your complete lack of concern for your relationship with the United States than bailing on a one-on-one meeting with the Secretary of State to go to a place where they grow potatoes to chat with farmers. And Pompeo was there. He was supposed to have this meeting. He was in Pyongyang right after this supposedly historic deal, which represented newfound willingness and inspirational dedication from Kim Jong-un to fixing the problems of the relationship with the United States. Kim Jong-un never showed up. They sent a deputy of his instead to meet with Pompeo, and we now have pictures of Kim Jong-un in this rural area, dressed in his, I don't know what you call those, his best whites, his bleached whites, providing guidance to potato farmers. Clearly the actions of a guy very eager to deal with the United States, right?
What guidance can he even offer to potato farmers? That's what I'm wondering.
He knows about everything. He knows about golfing. He knows about nuclear energy. He knows about potato farming. I think that his father was known to be proficient in animal husbandry as well.
Doesn't he bowl a 300 every time too, Kim Jong-un?
Either that or holes in one the first time he played golf, or he was speaking fluent Korean at 1 year of age or something like that. Who knows? In the meantime, Pompeo's meetings with whoever was left to meet with him were a total disaster. After the meetings, North Korea referred to them as regrettable and filled with gangster-like demands from Pompeo. Could this trip have gone any worse? And a source close to this trip by Pompeo said that, quote, the North Koreans were just messing around, not serious about moving forward, which is what every reasonable person has said. From the beginning, every reasonable person has said they're not serious. They're simply not serious about moving forward on this.
Yeah, you could have anticipated this, but maybe Pompeo and Trump thought that a new page had been turned.
Yes.
I don't know.
They've turned over a new leaf.
Turned over a new leaf. I think that sounds a little bit naive, though, don't you think?
It sounds more than a little bit naive. And there's a senior fellow and director of the Defense Posture Project at the Federation of American Scientists. It's quite a mouthful. His name is Adam Mount. He says this is a dead end. Like, this is going nowhere. It's over. And even the mere idea that this is going to proceed as Donald Trump reported to us that it would is a laughable joke at this time. Could we even invent a way that this could have gone any worse? Like, is there anything Kim Jong-un could have done during this visit by Pompeo that would have been worse than bailing on the meeting and going to a potato farm?
Maybe if he brought Pompeo to the potato farm with him and had him start working the fields.
I think that is one of the few ways that this could have actually been worse. Send me your thoughts. If anybody still thinks this is going somewhere, please let me know. This episode is sponsored in part by BetterHelp.com/Pakman, which gives you access to a fully licensed and experienced psychologist or therapist through video, phone, and text. I know from the emails I get that in our audience, like in the broader world, there are people who are struggling with different issues in their lives, and many of them choose not to talk to somebody about it, either for financial reasons, for reasons of stigma associated with seeking out a therapist. And I think it's really important to do everything you can to get past that, because it's really important to talk to someone when you feel like that's the right thing to do. And what BetterHelp.com provides is, number one, the elimination of the stigma that could be associated with it. You work through video, phone, whichever method is best for you. You also will be able to save money compared to seeing an in-person therapist. And it is so easy to get started that I encourage you to go to betterhelp.com/Pakman. A few questions that you answer, which will get you paired up with a therapist that meets your needs. You can always switch to somebody else if you don't feel as though the match is a good fit. And it is something that everybody should have access to. Go to betterhelp.com/Pakman. It's easy to sign up. It's easy to get started. We've put a link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. And once again, that website is betterhelp.com/PAKMAN.